Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about equal playing time in youth sports. In any sport, kids ages 3 to 6 are just there to have fun. They don't understand the rules of the game, they have no concept of structure, and they don't really care about winning or losing. They're just there to have fun and play the game. So, in this area of sports, between the ages of 3 and 6, I believe that they should have equal playing time, just so they can get out there and experience the game and everything else, and just have fun with it. However, ages 7 to 12, according to the sports psychology book, they should just be sampling whatever sports they want before they decide to stick to one or another. However, in most cases, kids already know what sports they like and dislike, and they're already starting to specialize in whatever sport they're playing. They know the structure, they know the rules, unless they've never played before, and in those instances, then those kids need to be taught exactly what needs to happen in that game. And then they also know if they're good or not, because other kids will let you know if you suck. And it's really horrible, but it's true. Other kids on your team will let you know if you suck or not because they'll complain every single time you go out there. And some kids are even on travel teams already. In my own personal experience, I started on a travel team at the age of 7 for soccer. I was traveling back and forth to a whole other county just to go play soccer. So these kids, since they're already specializing in whatever sport they're playing, and it's starting to be competitive for them, and they know about winning, these kids do not need equal playing time because they take it very seriously starting at a young age with competitiveness. So these kids do not need equal playing time. Ages 13 and up should be prepping for high school sports or to eventually get into college sports. Their skills are more developed. You can easily tell a difference between two players. You can tell why a person starts and why a person's their sub. This is where it's all about winning. It's winning or there's nothing. Like, you're a loser. In their sports psychology book, it says that the kids between the ages of 13 and 15, they should specialize in whatever sport they want to play, and then kids 16 and up should invest in whatever sport they want to play. This is true in some cases, but kids nowadays are starting to specialize and invest in sports at a much younger age. Like, for me, I was on 3 travel teams at one time, in 2 different sports, that is, but I was on multiple travel teams, just trying to get recognized, trying to develop my skill better, and everything else. And this isn't true for most kids like me. So in this, there shouldn't be equal playing time either, just because it is more competitive, and you are trying to show off and trying to get noticed by college coaches or private travel teams. And despite what parents think, their kid isn't amazing, because sometimes they are a lesser player than some of the other players on the team, and they shouldn't be playing if that's the case. Now, there are reasons why it could be unfair playing time. Coaches, sometimes, if you're from a small town like I am, if you know people, and if you don't play their kid, then that person is going to go crazy because they're highly respected, so you have to play the highly respected parents' kids. Because if not, then you could lose your job, especially if they make donations to the high school. And according to Dr. Alan Goldberg, he states that a lot of coaches are just simply emotionally immature, unfair, and unreasonable as people. They harbor favorites, and these individuals always seem to get more playing time than others who are far more deserving. This is so true, because some coaches that I've had in the past do pick favorites, and it's not fair, because a person should start on their skill, not by who they are, or what they do, or anything else. It should all be about your playing skill and everything else, and if it's not, then that's just an unfair, and I would agree 100% to do equal playing time in those type of situations. But most of the time, it's for developing players, because playing time is critical in these stages of life for them, because especially in high school, you're trying to get noticed by college coaches, you're trying to show off in the game, but you're also trying to win. You want that championship. Your goal is to go to state every year and win. You don't want to lose a single game. So you keep your more skilled players out in the field longer than your lesser skilled, because you win games that way. But the way it should work is if you have a really good player above someone else, they should get the more playing time. And the person who doesn't, they should think of this positively and want to push themselves to play harder, work harder, and everything else just so they could get that position to play longer. And that's how it should work. It's not all about like, oh, I have a favorite or blah, blah, blah. It's more of, this player puts in more time and effort than you do, so we're going to play them. And that should push that other player to work harder. That's why I don't think that they need equal playing time in youth sports. To help push yourself to work harder so you don't get cocky and think that your spot's 100% there for you at all times. And these are my sources.